Hello friends. Hello February. So people born in February, this is your March 25 reading. Happy March 1st. I'm going to clear the space now. Thank you. And we're going to read for February. People born in February. Bitcoiners born in February. What do you need to know right now? Bitcoiners born in February. What do you need to know for March, the month of March, but it's March 1st. Okay, be your own guide. So listen to the messages within. Yeah, that's if you're going in and you're doing the work, that's not bad advice. Be your own guide. And that also means you may be going on a very unique journey, February. Alright. People born in February, what do they need to know for March? Stop pushing against what is, align with it, and move on. Okay, go with the flow. Go with the flow. Be watery. Go with the flow. Alright. February. What's the ancient shamanic healing oracle going to tell you? What do we have for February? Bitcoiners born in February. Ancient wisdom. I think we got that for January too. Both of these cards were for January as well. A little bit of carryover. All right. Okay, wait, before I do this. Soul's Book of Answers. Make your road come forth. Make your road come hither. Think. Let it be here. Manifest that road. Manifest that road. Alright. Let's look at the tarot and see what kind of information we can bring forth for February Bitcoiners for the month of March 2025. How you showing up for us? February. February. The High Priestess. Okay, so here you are, seeing through the illusions. Here you are, having clarity. Here you are, seeing past the veil. Queen of Wands. So she's pretty much, everything to everyone. Magical, mystical, sexy, available, dynamic. That's your challenge. Coming from Lovers. So you were in a relationship, a business maybe relationship, or maybe a marriage that was like a business relationship. And Seven of Swords. So kind of like, you're desperate enough to be like, stealing the swords, carrying those ideas away. It's a strategy for winning. It's a strategy to advance yourself. Here's the rules, the dogma, the structure that exists, the rules of the game you're playing, maybe. The sun, so optimism, warmth, restoration. Those are your skills. You're seeing yourself as, death. So, have you been sort of reborn? Thinking and planning. That's the environment. Thinking about things, planning. the moon, so there is illusion. You can only see some things, but you can't see it all yet. But you are the High Priestess, who has the ability to see. Okay, so you're starting out as someone who has the ability to function in the way that you can see the game that's being played. And as such, you're in this relationship, or you're committed to this situation with other people, another person. It's either, you're working for someone or you're working with someone, a brother, a wife, a husband, a sister. There's a connection, there's a team working. Your challenge is to be all things to all people, and that could be that you're trying to be a people pleaser. You're trying to live up to what they want you to live up to, but you're in your head because you're trying to find a way to win, and it's not easy. It's taken a lot of figuring out and thinking. This is the rules of the game that you're in, that you're, sort of trapped in. You're starting to see that there's things about it that you weren't aware of, and you're optimistic, you're hopeful, you're restored. These are the skills you have. You can, pull things from you, but you're seeing that there really isn't much more that can be done here. You're seeing yourself as this is the end of something, and you're planning. Things are sort of, elusive at this point. They're not clear. But there's going to be conflict in the future, whether you bring it on or whether they bring it on. It's not fighting, but it's conflict. Fives. 5, 5. Conflict. Let's see what we got for conflict. We have Justice and the King of Cups. So you're in your heart. You have emotional maturity. But I think you want something better and you're calling justice. Which makes sense, because that would end everything. There's conflict here. And the Lovers is really, it's someone that you're working with, but you're not working with. There's a lot of reasons that I'm not getting that this pairing is helpful to you. Are you in, a relationship you need to get out of? Do you need to move on? Is it time for you to just say, I've grown past this? That's kind of what I'm getting here. February. I'm getting that, it's... You keep trying to be something, to people please, and you have to be authentic with yourself, and that people pleasing has to go. You're trying to figure out, where you're going to go now, which isn't easy. There's a lot of illusion involved in that, but it'll come about slowly but surely. But you got to be your own guide. There isn't anybody who can tell you how to do this. You've got to figure it out on your own. And you're in your heart. You're compassionate. You wanna do things compassionately. You want to be a good person, but there's a lot of heartache and there's a lot of suffering. And the sun again. Look at that. Nice. Warmth and restoration. So I think, this is a very optimistic sign that you're going to be good. the suffering will end and you'll move on to a better place. Because these things are just transient. You're going to move past them. But for now, that's what seems to be happening. And, you know, sometimes things have to end and new things begin, and I think it's going to be difficult for you to end this, though, because of this conflict here. I think that when you try to end it, you're going to have to really be firm about how this is going to end. But interesting, you know, you have this, the sun and the moon, so yeah, it's like alpha and omega. You got it all. It's all here. But this is you trying to be, you know, everything to everybody, and that never works. You're good enough, full moon in Virgo. Don't let them tell you you're not. And I think we are in a full moon in Virgo coming up. Yeah, we're going to have a full moon in Virgo. Okay, full moon in Virgo. It's time to be really honest with yourself and understand what's led you to ask your question. Have you been humble to the point of being self-effacing? Humility is good, but it can go too far in drawing this card. You may be underreading yourself. You don't have to be flash, just quietly certain that you're good enough. At the other end of the scale, you also need to honestly answer this question. Have you been too picky? The full moon in Virgo needs some truthful answers. Once you've given them, it should be easier to see how you got where you are. Your next step should then be more obvious to you. Pay attention to the details. Hard work brings results. Find a balance between the cosmic and the mundane in your life. Worrying too much will attract more things to worry about. Have you been overly critical? An apology may be in order. Stop second-guessing yourself. Raise your karma by doing something good for someone else. The full moon in Virgo is a time to declutter your life, your home, and your office. It's the time to sort what's good in your life from what's not serving you. It's also the time to clear out your energies via salt baths and meditations, and to practice getting more grounded by getting barefoot outside. No matter when you draw this card, it's a reminder that any time is a good time to start living a healthier life. Yeah, I really think from what the cards I'm seeing is that you're trying to break free, and I think it's a relationship, either a work relationship or something, but you're trying to break free. And I think you're taking a lot of it personally. You're taking it a lot, you know, in your own heart, and that's causing you to suffer. But you need to be optimistic because although it's difficult, you need to just be honest and come out and say what you need to say and then work through it. You never know how the conversation's going to go until you open up your mouth and be honest about how you feel and how you think. Butterfly, yeah, you're becoming something else. That's what this is about. This is a metamorphosis. The old you is dying and the new you is emerging. And that's what we're seeing here. Okay, butterfly. Undergoing great change and transformation, the energy of the butterfly is with us during periods of transition. Since air is the element of the heart, this change usually involves relationships, or if you love your job, perhaps your career. Since transition is accompanied by some amount of discomfort, be extra patient and kind during this time, especially if the butterfly is you. Let solid friends and activities support you like a cocoon. Committing to one daily routine, a meal, a practice, or a prayer, done at the same time and place, will do wonders for lifting a butterfly's spirit. Balanced, cheerful, graceful. Well, I think that kind of summed up what I've been saying all along. You are in a situation where you are moving out of something and becoming something new. You are changing everything. And when you change you, the whole landscape changes. everybody else changes and they grumble about it. And they don't like when you change because they give you crap. And they say, complaining, lack of, cooperation, whining about it. But that's what happens when you change and you do different things. You don't respond the way they are used to you responding, and then they get all, pissy about it. Anyway, ancient wisdom, step back and use your ancient wisdom. Use your knowledge. Say, this too shall pass. But you're in a transition. You're moving away from something. You're letting that person die, this person who's a people pleaser. And you're going somewhere. You're not sure where you're going, but first card, be your own guide. That's the best advice in this whole reading. All right? Anyway, thank you. Like, share, subscribe. I have 71 people who are subscribed, but I have 100 people who consistently watch my readings when I do these readings, monthly readings. So people are not subscribing. Please subscribe. You're going to help me out. You're going to help out the channel, and then I can do more for you. I can buy better cameras and do better things. Anyway, thanks again for watching. Have a great March. We'll see you around.